Hey guys, Dave here. I got a great video for you today. A lot of people have been asking me, oh, Dave, do you do your own deer? Do you cut up your own deer? Do you process your own deer? Yes, I do. And I'm going to show you some videos and make some of those for you. So today I'm going to start the very first one of it. And this is how to trim a deer shoulder. Okay, so once you've gone ahead and skinned your deer, and you've quartered it into quarters, like your rows, your leg, your back legs, your strips, your back straps. You've gotten your rib cage is already processed. So at this point, I'm going ahead and I'm going to do the shoulder. So I got the shoulder here, and I'm going to show you that real quick, how to trim your meat. So go ahead and get started. Just to let you know, warning, this is very explicit. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead. I have my knife sharpened. I have two different types of knife. One knife that's a long knife, and a short knife. Okay, and what I've already started to do is I got my stuff bagged up, separated. This is my shoulder steaks, or I can also use this for jerky. So I got that in bags. I use Ziploc bags, which is a great thing to use, to separate your meat. I got my ground bag right here. This is my ground meat. Then I got my gristle. This is all my stuff that I'm going to toss away. And then I have my roast bag. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with this. Now, when you put your shoulder down, you see the shoulder there. It's a pretty big shoulder. It was a big deer. So I put my shoulder flat side. This is the back. This is the inside of the leg. So I put that side down. I have my knuckle where the leg is. I have that pointing to my left side. There is a bone, and this is the left leg, left shoulder. There is a bone that runs along here, and what I'm going to do, so go ahead and take my knife. I'm going to enter it in and ride it along that bone. Now, as you can see, I made that cut already. Ride it along that bone. Then I pull it down, and I'm just going to cut as I pull back away. Cut as I pull back away. Pull back and cut. Pull back and cut. It's just like filleting a fish. Then you lay your knife along the bone and cut away. Just little short strokes will do just fine. As you can see, I just cut down in there. And now what I want to do is go ahead and cut this away, because I can trim that, and I'll set that aside. Now all of the little white lines in there, the little white lines, you want to cut that out. That's what you call sinew. Sinew is what makes the gamey taste in the deer, and the fat. Also, the fat does the same thing. So you want to cut all the fat and the sinew away. So I'll set that aside. Then I'm going to go along the other side of the bone. Cut along that line. As you can see, as I said, pull back, cut in, and keep your fingers out of the way, obviously. And I'm going to cut around and along it. So as you just keep your knife along that bone, and you basically want to always cut away from you. And this is where a nice sharp knife makes difference. So I got my cut right there. That's another meat. I can trim all that. Once again, trim the sinew off, and I'm good to go. So as you can see, that's relatively clean. I've got most of my meat out of there. So now I'm going to go along the bone. Here's the bone right here. As I said, the knuckle is right there. So I'm going to go ahead and lay my knife along that bone, cut down that bone, make a cut straight down, peel it back, and keep riding along the bone. And what that's going to do is make a roast. So I can cut along the opposite side also. Okay, peel it back, ride it along. You're just cutting it off of the bone. That's all you're doing. So keep riding it along the bone, and as I keep cutting, now I'll cut it away from the cartilage. And you want to be mindful. One little tip is to always put your finger like this on the blade so you know where your blade tip is. And that way, that'll decrease the risk of you cutting yourself. Okay, so you're basically just cutting around that bone. And once I've gotten that relatively hanging down, I can take my long knife, and cut right through that, and I can trim this up and I'll have a roast. Trim it up, or I can cut out my little slabs of meat in there and make jerky out of that. But most of the shoulder and your shoulder front parts, they go into your ground meat, so you grind those up because they have a lot of gristle in it, and whatever the gristle that you can't get out, it'll work out once you put it in your sausage. So mainly that's what I do for my front meat, is use it for sausage. As you can see, that's relatively clean. That bone is, I mean, that's just bone. That's just bone right there. And you can take that, and some people, you know, think to give it to a dog. You know, you can use that with discretion. Talk to your veterinarian about that. But as you can see, I just pretty much trim off the fat. I throw that away, and then I have another. This is the shoulder blade right here. Now, kind of weird how that goes, but it has like an indenture in it. It's like curved in. So what I want to do is also just stick my knife in there and ride it along. Just kind of cut it out, and then I once again lay your blade along your bone, and then you can once you're able to peel it back, you can just trim where the meat is touching the bone. You'll be able to see it. So I just trim that away, and now the funny thing is the shoulder blade is kind of made like a hatchet. That's probably what the caveman used to use too, but no, it has some cartilage in there. So what you can do is you just lay your knife right along that, and you cut down and away, and you'll feel how tight it is to cut through it. That means you have a very tough meat. It'll be a tough meat once you cook it. So that's why I said you want to use this in your sausage and your ground. Alright, so now I'll cut the other side, and I'll just trim that down and cut it away, and there you go. Now I have my shoulder. As you can see, the way the shoulder is made, I said it's the left side. Deer walks like that. No, but the deer leg is basically made like that. Actually, it's the right side. I'm sorry. I've said that it's the right side because the deer leg goes forward, and as they step forward, it bends up towards the body. So yeah, it's the right quarter. But I shot that deer, and it went through both the shoulders, busted the shoulders up. You know, and this deer just really had shot it right through the heart. So good deal. There you go. So the next part, I'm gonna toss this away, and the next part is just trimming your meats into your roast. That's all it is. And just gonna show you a short part of this right now. So I can take this, and as you can see, that's got a lot of meat there. So I'll trim that out, and I have another roast here, so I'll just cut that and cut my roast away. Now this will be good for on the grill. You know, it's got a nice cut in it. It'll be really good for on the grill. You can marinate that, but a lot of this I will take and cut it up and put it into my sausage, my ground, make it into sausage. That's a nice lean piece of meat. The lighter color meats are leaner meats. They're really tender, and the lighter they are, the tenderer they are. So that's it for this part.